HarperCollins presents Dead in the Water by Simon McCleave, read by Alice White. To Izzy and George. Anglesey. There is a word in Welsh that has no exact translation into English. Hiraeth. It is best defined as the bond you feel with a place, a mixture of pride, homesickness, and a determination to return. Most people that have visited Anglesey leave with an understanding of Hiraeth. Ynys-Llanddwyn. The small tidal island of Ynys-Llanddwyn, just off the southwest coast of Anglesey, is named after the patron saint of Welsh lovers, Dwynwen. It is believed she lived in the 5th century and was the daughter of King Brychan Brycheiniog. She fell in love with a man called Malon, who she was forced by her father to reject. Dwynwen subsequently dedicated herself to helping those unhappy in their love lives, eventually building a home on this remote island. The ruins of a medieval church dedicated to Dwynwen can still be seen today, and 14th century poet Dafydd ap Gwilym claimed he saw a golden image of her at the site when he visited. Every year on the 25th of January, Wales celebrates St. Dwynwen's Day, similar to St. Valentine's Day in many places around the world. Thomas Pennant's account from the 1770s mentions small ruins nearby being the Prebendal House, which housed Richard Cuffin in the 15th century. He worked with Sir Rhys ap Thomas and other Welsh chieftains to plan for Henry Tudor's return from exile in Brittany, using fishing vessels to send intelligence to him. At St. Dwynwen's Well, on Ynys-Llanddwyn Island, a sacred fish is said to predict the fate of couples in love, while unsettled waters in the well signals good luck and contentment. Nearby are 2 beacons, one that looks like a windmill tower but has been abandoned, the other a guide for ships passing through the perilous Menai Strait, with cottages built to house the pilots who boarded them. In December 1852, this lighthouse saved 36 people from 3 shipwrecks within 7 days. Rocks and geology from about 500 million years ago form the foundations of Ynys-Llanddwyn Island, where pillow lavas gracing its beaches demonstrate the awesome underwater forces that shaped it, beginning south of New Zealand. The island has been named in the first 100 World Geological Heritage Sites list, key geological sites of international scientific relevance, with a substantial contribution to the development of geological sciences through history. This place also forms part of the National Nature Reserve, which includes Newborough Warren to the south, the Cefni Salt Marsh to the north, all managed by Natural Resources Wales. Prologue. Anglesey, North Wales, April 2022. It had been half an hour since Detective Inspector Laura Hart of the Anglesey Police Force had been taken hostage. She had been forced at gunpoint to drive the sleek black Audi A5 convertible out of her hometown of Beaumaris on the south coast of the island. Gripping the steering wheel, she hammered south towards the Menai Bridge, which would take them across to the Welsh mainland and beyond. She wondered how the hell she'd managed to find herself in this situation. What made the whole thing terrifyingly surreal was that sitting in the passenger seat, pointing a Glock 17 handgun at her ribs, was Detective Chief Inspector Pete Marsons of the MMP, the Manchester Metropolitan Police. Laura pressed the brakes and slowed the car as they came up behind a gleaming white caravan that was being towed by an equally gleaming white BMW 4x4. Pete looked over at her as if to say, "Don't do anything stupid." For a moment their eyes met, and Laura felt a sharp emotional pain deep inside her gut. "Jesus, Pete, how has it come to this?" she thought to herself with overwhelming astonishment. DCI Pete Marsons. Pete. Uncle Pete. Until very recently, Laura had counted Pete as one of her closest friends. In fact, there had been times when she'd thought of him as the brother she never had. Pete had been her late husband's best mate. Laura, Sam and Pete had trained at Hendon Police College together in the 90s,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?